Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
How you feeling, brother?
I'm here.
Get out the hole, brother. How you
Hey,
feeling, man?
what's good, bro? Everything
What's
good?
up, Lord?
All right. What's up, family?
All
How
right.
you?
Good. Welcome to the We Out Here in the Gas with No Loyalty, More Death Coming Home Records, man. You know, we out here. We trying to find people like you that's ordinary to the naked eye, but extraordinary in your field of craft. You know what I'm saying? And you giving back in your own way, and we're gonna let you endorse yourself here. So, brother, just a little bit of where you come from, brother. How you feeling? Where you come from? Let the people know.
Man, I'm a little bit from everywhere. I was born in Brownsville, Powell, Newport. Then I went to Southside, Queens, Lawton, um, Far Rockaway, went back to Bed-Stuy,
Okay. All
Lafayette
right.
College Project. That's a fact.
Where you
That's
was
a
at in
super
Far
fact.
Rock?
Oh, I used to stay at Edgemere.
Oh,
And
okay, okay,
Edgemere,
okay. I'm from
definitely
OV.
54.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
from
yeah,
OV.
54-9.
Word. Definitely. Okay.
That's a
Edgemere in
fact.
the building. Edgemere in the building. I'm gonna invite some Edgemere niggas right now.
But we kind of late, so we gonna get right to it, man. It's like, you know, let the people know what inspires you to write, man.
Well, what inspired me was really lyrics, music. You know what I'm saying? And just being a fan of hip hop, like Slick Rick, Dana Dane, you know what I'm saying, the storytellers. You know what I'm saying? And I tried my hand at it. It was pretty good. And somebody just suggested that I write a book. Because they were saying that the lyrics was deep, the story was deep in itself, and I just took it from there.
That's interesting. I never heard that a dude was inspired by rap music to write book.
That's a fact.
Poetry, you know, more rap, but book, that's a whole different element right there. That's
Yeah.
interesting. It's probably more people out there that's listening to this, so you're not alone. If you felt, you know, your energy came from something else other than the element itself, you're not alone. You know, you can get inspiration to do things from other places. But yeah, man, you know, other than that, how did you start your company and writing your books and stuff like that? How you put that together?
Oh yeah. Well, at first I was gonna sign to different publishing companies like Vicky Stringer, Terry Woods, just all the people that was hot at the time. You know what I'm saying? I think you had Triple Crown. You had a bunch of them, and so I was gonna go that route at first, but then talking to Terry Woods on the phone, and you know she was gonna take me as an author, but it was the type of thing where she was like, you have to wait till next year in order to push me. You know what I'm saying? Because she had other authors, but I wanted to come out there, and you know what I'm saying? And she just told me the best way to do it was to do it myself. So she sent me a book, and I read the book from front to back. You know what I'm saying? I had my cousin that was coming to see me, my cousin O, shout out to O. And you know, basically O came on a visit. I told him the blueprint, I let him read the book, and we just took it from there. So I just started telling him like all the things that we need to do from my studying of what Terry Woods sent me. Yeah, so we was moving like thousands and thousands of books while I was still incarcerated.
You know, that's interesting, right? Because I was incarcerated at the time that your book was being distributed, and
Me too.
I know, but the thing is, and this is what people gotta understand, like it's ordinary people, extraordinary things around you, and all types of elements. Because when I had your book and I was in Bishop, a dude in the box gave it to me. He was like, "Yo, man, my man from Brooklyn, he wrote this book and he's up north right now. And he's letting these books go." And I was like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here! Word, your man from Brooklyn, and he's in jail right now. He in jail right now. And this is here right now." He like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Word, that was crazy, right?" So myself have started writing a novel myself, and my whole bit I was writing my own novel because of people like you inspired me that in a place like that I can still be creative and still make something happen.
No question. I appreciate that. That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a
but
fact.
what's all about pin cushions though? Like what's what's happening with it, and where you going with it as far as the books and the publishing?
Oh yeah, Pincushion. That's a movement. That's the movement within itself. So with the books, I'm still pushing the books. The books still selling. I'm still selling them through Amazon and through the facilities and all the rest of that stuff. You know what I mean? Still getting orders. Pincushion actually is gonna be pushing film. I did the Haters Animosity web series on YouTube, but it was really just to get good behind the cameras or just learning the cameras, you know what I'm saying? But I got a full camera crew. I got a lot of content. I got a comedy sitcom. I got 2 books half written that I need to finish. That should be finished in the beginning of the year. And I just got a lot going on. So this year is gonna bring a lot of good things, man. That's a
I see 2020 is gonna bring a lot. Yo, Shaq, man. 2023 is looking good for a lot of people these years. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. People don't know. Men's with Haters Animosity, I worked with Men's on that web series. And I was honored to be able to do that. And it came out and it was very productive. It was awesome, and I had fun doing it with you too, brother. I mean, I was honored to do that.
Yeah, it was definitely
and them to go from there to be on set with you with the movie Equal Standard also was a great pleasure. Like, people don't know, like, you know, your face and your name is around. Like, you are definitely a public figure, even though they might not know your face, but your work is a public figure and people follow your work. How does that?
I appreciate it. It feels real good, man. I see my man Gary G in the comments. He said, "What's up with G Banks?" G Banks actually is a script that's already done. So I already did the script at G Banks. Yeah, so we're gonna be shooting the G Banks the movie soon. I got the camera crew. We might fly out to Chicago, get some scenes there, get some scenes in New York, but it's gonna be real dope, man. It's gonna be real dope. And I'll let y'all know the platform that you can check it out on and all that other good stuff. You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's what. You know, a lot of people don't know that you was working with the late Michael K. Williams with the movie Bishop, and you know, a lot of people, you know, was up on that Hot 97 interview that he did mention in the movie and y'all project together that still might want to know what's going on with that. So maybe you might want to elaborate on that too.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because when I came home from upstate, Bishop, the sales at Bishop was at something like 38,000, 39,000, close to 40,000 before I even came home. You know what I mean? So before Michael K. Williams, rest in peace to my brother. Rest in
peace, for real, man. Talented brother, man.
One of my great actors. Yeah. He definitely, when he takes on a character, he takes on a character. You know what I mean? And he brings that character to life wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that people like that are the most talented people, and they like the most haunted people at the same time.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's crazy. Like Michael Jackson, all these people that they the most talented, but they talent come with ghosts and shit like that. It's beautiful to watch them, but it's horrible to watch them at the same time in actual real time.
Right. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because when I came home after all those years in prison and getting on the grind with the books and all that, I actually was the first person I dealt with was Rivera. So Rivera from Undies that was with Biggie Smalls, notorious Biggie Smalls, rest in peace to that brother as well.
I was with
yeah, exactly. So I was with at the time, and was working for he's with Queen Latifah, Flavor Unit, and he shot Perfect Holiday. A lot of people don't know that shot Perfect Holiday with Gabrielle Union and Morris Chestnut, as well as the Cookout with Ja Rule.
He was the silent Dame Dash before Dame Dash really got out there. Un was the face that was everywhere.
Yeah, so initially I was with so shout out to you know what I'm saying? Much love to the brother. So I was with at first, you know what I'm saying? And then you know, we just took different terms, and that's when I linked up with Michael K. Williams. So Michael K. Williams he got into the book. He loved it. You know, we brought on different characters. We have actors involved. We have Biggie. Check this out. We have Biggie Small's son, CJ, signed to the project. We have Run DMC's son, Diggy, signed to the project. You know what I'm saying? So this is the correlation between movies and the hip hop. You know what I mean? And we bring these young brothers in to show and showcase their acting skills. So it's gonna be dope when it come out. It's gonna be official.
I mean, people gotta understand that these moves have to be all and have to be go back to the drawing board and redone, but mastered in a way where it still shows tribute to the person who was leading the charge. How do you figure that goes?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What I'm
that last part
saying is these projects, when such things happen, where you have to make a sudden move because the major portion of the project is gone. How does that impact the project as a whole? Like, even though you just told us it's moving on, right? Like, the impact, it's like, man, it's like when you go to a baseball game and you're expecting it to be sunny and it just starts raining.
right. Well,
but the game must go on.
The good thing about that is that Bishop is dope. That's the good thing about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like someone had to bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? The book is actually just a dope book. What takes away from it with the passing of Michael K. Williams is Michael K. Williams, his insight was so official. You know what I'm saying? That his insight was so official that when he sees things a certain way, you know what I mean? It's difficult for other people to grasp it that same way that Mike's vision was.
Billy,
Mike is just so positive. Yeah.
Bimmy just joined in. Bimmy up in the building, man. What's going on, Bimmy? Salute, Lordy.
Okay.
Outside the building. Ball Masters Extreme in the building. I see you. I see you, Haas. Sorry. Let's go ahead, but let's keep it going. But you know, any other film endeavors outside of your own projects that you got going on? Like I mentioned that you did Equal Standard. How was that for you? Equal Standard.
Man. Well, first let me say rest in peace to my brother Tahim. Man, y'all gotta watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really gotta watch Equal Standards. The brother did an amazing job. Unfortunately, he was taken away from us too soon. His work lives on. His legacy lives on. You know what I mean? And Tahim will be one of them brothers that always be legendary. See, a lot of people use that word loosely. You know what I'm saying? They throw their pictures up, they put legendary, but legendary is legacy building. You know what I'm saying? It's even street dudes that's legendary. We call them legendary because their names been ringing or their names haven't been forgotten for over 40 years. You know what I'm saying? When you look at brothers like Killer Ben, Juju, you know what I'm saying? And the brothers like that, their names just live on. K-Son from Tompkins. You know, these brothers died in 1987, 88, and people still talk about them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Tahim will always be legendary. That's a fact.
That's a super fact. And I was very honored to be able to be around that man and be tutored by that man. You know, he was definitely mentoring me to being where we doing and having what we have right now. You know what I'm saying? A vision beyond my own vision. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you kick yourself in gear, where you see your vision beyond your own vision. You know what I'm saying? You see their vision, but then they don't see what that vision can become beyond themselves. It's just a corporation that happens, that's successful, never dreams that they'll be incorporated by a bigger corporation to make the corporate spread violence and stylify. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that you're not going to have it, but to be syndicated is a whole different era of being in your own lane. But
definitely,
outside that, you know, brother, you do a lot of good work out in Christians. What's your impact on your community with Pincushion publishing? Like, what does Pincushion Publishing do with the community? Like, what you doing with the community?
Man, I do everything with the community. It's crazy because even when I was incarcerated, see, everything started from incarceration. So when I started my publishing company, I was still locked up. When I pushed my books out, I was still locked up. When I was looking out for the community, I was still locked up. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing things with City Kids Foundation, UNICEF, man, so many different organizations that I was dealing with when I was locked up. So when I came home, it just continued. You know what I'm saying? So I helped start SOS Bedside and over there in Notion Avenue. I helped start that. That's an anti-violence, care violence site. You know, I brought on different people like my man P.I. from Fort Grant. Yeah, I brought Bulldog on board. And we built a solid, strong team. And now them brothers over there, and they keeping that going. You know what I'm saying? And they making that happen. But besides that, you know what I'm saying, I'm still going to Rikers Island. I go into Horizons. I go into Crossroads. I do author talks. I teach literary classes with the youth that's locked down. I chop it up with them. You know what I mean? And, you know, we do great things. I do mentorship on the outside. We got safe driving. Man, we just doing so much, man. We doing a lot with these youths. You know, of course, I don't really talk about it. I'm more about it than talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we out there. We out there. We in the facilities everywhere, man. Like, I go into the placements. You know, they got the placement homes as well. Huh? Say that again?
That's what this show is about, for you to tell them how much we out in the communities.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Our own success.
Yeah, I'm in the placement. Check this out. I'm in the placement homes as well, right? And
yeah,
like I said, I teach literary class. I ran into a young brother, right, named Quadair. This young brother was so talented. Within a week, he wrote 3 scripts. I mean, 3 official full scripts. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to do. We have to show these kids, man, y'all got talent, and help them bring it out. A lot of times, people don't know what they could do until you know what I'm saying? But you might see it. It's like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was like, I didn't know I could box. I just wanted to rob people and knock niggas out. You know what I'm saying? But it was somebody else that seen his skills that said, yo, you know what? You're going to be champion. So we have to do that for our young the same way.
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about, seeing your dream beyond your own vision. It takes that leap of faith when you start moving. Like, you see your vision, you see your dream, but you don't see the actual fruition of it until you start making those steps.
Definitely.
And when steps being made, that's when you see the fruition. I mean, that's when everything starts blooming. And I'm proud to see brothers like you, proud to know brothers like you. You know what I'm saying? Proud to be inspired by brothers like you and being able to get a chance to meet brothers like you.
I appreciate that.
So it's more people that's out there that need to see people like you. You know what I'm saying? Story, you need to be out here being allowed to tell your story of inspiration on any platform that's willing to, because they need to understand that the most important thing that came up in this whole conversation of this interview is that a lot of things that this man started from prison.
Definitely.
And from prison, he built an empire. So basically, I'm telling you, brothers, you don't have to throw your way to start anything from prison, but if you do start yourself from prison, it's all right. It's nothing wrong with it. It's still going to be discrepancies. There's going to be people telling you what you cannot do, because everybody always put their limitations on the next person that they see doing something. You understand? Like, I see, and I know you went through those limitations.
Of course. That's a fact.
A lot of people say, yo, you starting a book company, how you gonna do that in here? Them CEOs them crackers ain't gonna let you do that.
Yo, it was so crazy, right? It was so crazy because, you know, they never want us to really do certain things. So when I was writing and the CEOs would search my room, they would see certain chapters and try to tear it up, talk about contraband, all the rest of that shit. That's the reason why I really went under the moniker Miz, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want that heat. I needed to push my book out. I didn't want to wait till I got home. but I had to do it on the down low, you know what I'm saying? And use a different name and all types of shit because they was hating like that. But the same people that was hating, when I left the facility, they got my picture in the hallway as a, you know what I'm saying, like a success, like, yo, he did it. But they, you know, they was trying to block it, you know what I mean?
Well, pretty much it's like anything else. If you want it bad enough, you still want to do it, and they're gonna respect you for it.
No question. Let me shout out my young brother. I see my young brother Trey Breach, NYC is in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Now he's that's
the light.
That's a young brother. That's a young brother that got locked up. He's young. He's a young brother that got locked up. They put him in placement. He was locked up in placement, but he turned his life around. You know what I'm saying? He was listening to the things we was telling him, and he's doing great. You know what I'm saying? He's working in the school now and everything. You know what I mean? So that's dope when you know. So that's the joy I get from it when I see the young brothers that's doing good, and you know what I mean. And they listening to what we was telling them and things like that, where they don't have to go through the things we went through. I did 17 and a half years straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want these dudes to go through 17 and a half years just to get, you know what I mean, the knowledge when I could give it to them right here. You ain't got to do that.
I kind of said the same thing in the interview.
Huh?
I said the same thing in the interview one time. I think that was It's Really B, Shaq. Remember Shaq? I said the same thing. I said, man, these young boys, I wish they understand they don't have to catch these cases. Dudes done did this, so y'all don't have to catch these cases to get this money.
You ain't got to do that, man. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to join no gangs, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? None of that.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Stephen King ain't no killer, but he write killer movies. How about that?
Hey,
ain't nobody. He ain't showing up in nobody's court either. But, you know, I'm going to put you up on something if you wasn't never aware, and I want to get your take on it because this is something that really includes you, that in the 90s, when you was going through what you was going through and you broke through, you and the other brother, the system, New York State Department of Corrections changed their policies, whereas they stopped allowing inmates to make monetary gain off their own products and started taking inmates' bank accounts, personal bank accounts from the street to take the money and have you work for them. And that was part of the reason, and you might not think so, if you haven't thought about it, but I think so, you came up with that system.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, your phone was breaking up in the end.
Yeah.
So I couldn't catch what you were saying. It was breaking up in the end.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that the system came up, the New York City Department of Corrections came up with new policies taking over inmates' accounts in the streets and not allowing inmates to make monetary gain off of their work, whether do publishing or record deals or whatever that goes legally into public funds. And this started not too long after you and a couple of other brothers broke through.
Right. Right.
So like,
well, a lot of
I'm not saying like this is a bad thing, but how do you feel about that they try to stop other, because this is part of the other things that you were saying, the police trying to stop us.
Well, they can't stop you. They can't stop you. The only thing that you can't do is that excuse me, you can't profit off of your own crime. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's under the Son of Sam law. You know, so when George Pataki came into office, every year he did something that hurt black people more and more. See, a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at his record, every year you'll see that he did something. The Son of Sam law was so fucked up, right? That you had people that was getting lawsuits because they were treated like fucked up while they was locked up. They was, you know, so they put in lawsuits, but when they got their money, they was freezing they shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows that even the illegal stuff, the system kind of does what it wants to do. You know what I mean? You just have to fight and, you know, get everything restored, but they kind of do what they want to do.
Yeah, that's part of the ring of fire that we go through, trying to build something and build our lives back from where we be at in these prison systems. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people need to understand the discouragements, and the discouragements are like that. It just comes with patience and time, because nothing they've done is automatic. It's always systematic.
Definitely.
But outside of that, you know, I'm glad you came. You stopped through. You showed love. We out here, Instagram, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, when you get your projects going, we can get you back on here to let us know how successful those to be, because those are definitely gonna be there.
Yeah, I got a comedy sitcom, 4 episodes done. So I'm gonna get that shot. I'm gonna do that this year. Of course, the G Banks movie, the Bishop movie, the Bulldog, Touch. I'm completing a book called Touch. It's a paranormal, because I wanted to do something different. Each book, I want to do something different. I don't want to just keep giving the same type of material. You know what I'm saying? And just show like just the diversity of what I could do as a writer. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And also, self-publishing for the writers that's out there. You know what I'm saying? I think self-publishing is always the way to go. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people sign to publishing companies and they want to hurry up and get their book out and get their book on the shelves. But a lot of times, man, it's a lot of cons with that as well. You know? So my next book should be coming out. Yeah, say that again?
Well, I see the guy right there. Shout out to Breezy right there. He want to know that next book, man.
Oh yeah. That next book is coming out. It's coming out by the summer. I have it out by summer.
Copy, boss.
But I was gonna get on you with that other situation you just mentioned, because it's the same thing with the music company and the film company.
That's a fact.
Please, and this is what this is about, to encourage people to be independent coming out. Don't try to take your work in your mind and have somebody else rich off of you. Get rich off of yourself. And there's people out here that's doing it. And there's trials and tribulations. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna see the success story. And that's what we here to bring out. Success stories.
No question.
We ain't here for drama. We ain't here for none of that other stuff, but success and inspiration for the communities that we live in all the world. And we're going to find everybody out here to let you know that they are out here.
No question.
We appreciate you, brother. And like I said, best of luck to everything with you. And
let me say this to all my young brothers out there, man. Continue to read. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of young dudes that tell me, they say, yo, you know what? I never even read a book till I read Bishop. You know what I'm saying? Read. I hope Bishop leads you to Malcolm X and all the rest of that. Read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout out to all y'all brothers. Y'all know I'll be there soon. I'll be in Horizon. I'm being Crossroads. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be chopping up with y'all.
Too. I see you, Wink. Good looking. Well, they doing a lot of good things. You might have to get up with that guy right there, because you know it's a lot of good things that Hollywood Talent Connect doing. We hopefully we can have them as a guest soon.
Yeah. And shout out to my brother Shabon. He just came home. He got a lot of good things going on. His book dropped January 1st, 2023. His biography. Man, he got movies coming out. So look for my brother Shabon as well. Legendary.
And with that, thanks for everybody tuning in to the We Out Here Instacast. And look out for us. I got another guest coming in tomorrow, another special guest coming in tomorrow, Sunday, December 18th. We're going to have a scheduled time for you probably later on tonight. Peace. Holla at us.
All right, respect, man.
All right, respect.
Respect, man.
All right.
All right.